And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Sister Maemae Show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all of my subscribers. Thank you for all my inspiration. Thank you for everything. This is a gratitude video. First of all, check out my other channel. I'm a gymnastics blogger. So check out my other channel, Makayla Loves Gymnastics. Go ahead and find that. I just did a video about Black History Month, and our very first Black gymnast who won a national title. She just passed away. Her name is Diane Durham. This is a part of Black history. I think we all know Simone Biles. I think we all know Gabby Douglas and Dominique Dawes, but it's a lot of other Black gymnasts who need to get recognized, and that's part of my mission and goal in life. Shout out to some of my favorite channels. Shout out to Funky Dineva. I'm sorry, brother, that your channel is going through what it's going through. Maybe it's karma for that training comment, but whatever. Shout out to you. I hope we get fixed. I love you, Funky, for real, for real. I really do love you, sister. Shout out to one of my favorite channels. I have to admit it. King of Reads, Justin. Like, you be pissing me off with your opinions, but at the same time, I just can't get enough of you. Shout out to you. Shout out to T.S. Madison and T.S. Madison Experience. I will be tuned in on March 4th for your debut episode. And shout out to all the people doing the thing. Shout out to the Batty Twins. Shout out to all the Mootbongers. Shout out to Chillin' with Walt. Shout out to a lot of people. Shout out to a couple of new bloggers that I just found out about. Booge. Her name is Booge, B-U-G-E. And I am Letitia. I love both of your channels and YouTube. I'm heavy. You two up next. Shout out to the Wally Show. I watch you too. Shout out to all these bloggers and all these YouTubers. Hell, senior supporters over here and sub to a girl. Your girl would love to get 5,000 subs and get monetized too. Or at least get 1,000 subs and get my damn community tab. Goddamn. But anyways, this episode of the Sister Maemae Show, it's about a variety of topics. So tune in, strap in, and let's get into these topics. The first topic I want to get into is Apple Watch. I am a transgender woman. I don't think that's no secret. You guys can follow my channel. You guys will know. Apple Watts is a Black cisgender woman. She was in a relationship with a Black man who she thought was also cisgender, but come to find out that the guy was trans. He's a trans man. And for those who, because I know a lot of you guys think when I say trans men, you think I'm talking about my stuff, right? No, trans man is somebody who was born female bodied, but mentally they are a man, so they transition their body to match their mind. You get that, right? So when I say trans man, I'm not talking about a trans woman. I'm talking about a trans man, somebody who was born female but presents and identified as male. I hope we can move past that to get to the rest of the conversation. So, Miss Apple Watts decided to out him and blast him on social media. And I had this conversation on my Facebook page. Check your girl out at Makayla Sol. Does she have the right to A, out him, and B, feel as mad as she do? I'm kind of torn on this issue if you just want my honest opinion. As a Black trans woman, I believe in keeping your privacy, don't get me wrong, but I don't believe in stealthness. And when I say stealthness, I mean to the point where you're not honest with people you're in relationships with, people who need to know, like your medical physicians and stuff. They may not know, to that level. I just don't think it's right. Now, I don't think it's right for her to out him and for her to put his life in danger. A big activist and ally, Dee Waters, had to break it down to me. Like, I'm looking at it from her point of view as the woman who was tricked or who was manipulated or whatever. But I'm not looking at it from his point of view. He is now being outed to the world. Everybody knows his tea. His life is now in danger because everybody knows. I don't think that's right either. I don't think it's right for him to enter into a relationship with her without her knowing his full tea. But I also don't think her reaction is right. So then, because I feel like if it was a trans woman, I would be more on the trans woman side. But because it's a trans man, I'm on the fence, and that's not right. Because at the end of the day, I'm trans regardless, right? But I'm not trans attracted either. Like, I'm not attracted sexually to other trans people. So I see both sides of the coin. Trans people, we have a right for privacy, right? We have a right to keep our business to ourselves, and it's not anybody's business. What we have going on in between our legs, what medications we're on, so on and so forth. But I do feel like once we enter into relationships with people, it is no longer your tea. It is you both of your tea, right? That person needs to have consent, needs to agree, and it makes up. You may lose out on a lot of people that you like, but the purpose of dating isn't to just be with somebody that you like. The purpose of dating is to be with somebody that likes you back. And if you're not giving people the opportunity to like and to love you for who you really are, you are being deceptive. You are being manipulative. And I can't be fully mad at people. I could be mad at people, but I can't be fully mad. I can't fully defend wrong. And it's just wrong for you to be in a relationship with somebody and them not know who you really are, what they are embarking into, you know. And it's not homophobic that people aren't trans attractive. It's a type. There's lots of people. Would you be offended if somebody was like, oh, I'm fat, so I weigh 500 pounds, so you should date me because I'm still a person, right? No, it's still all about attraction. It's still all about, a chemistry, a lust, a sexual desire. And it's lots of people who have no sexual desire for trans people. Lots. It's lots of people who do. I think it's in our best interest as trans people to find the people that want to be with us instead of trying to force people who don't want to be with us just because we want it. It's not fair. So, Miss Apple, you are dead ass wrong for misgendering that man. You are dead ass wrong for outing that man. You are dead ass wrong for everything that you are doing. Except but for you being mad. And then I don't feel like I can tell you how to be mad when somebody motherfucking deceived you. So it's a double-edged sword. I just hope this is a valuable lesson, especially to my trans women, because things like this don't typically happen to trans men. Trans men aren't typically outed or told to the world that there are trans and so on and so forth. So let this be a lesson to us that even trans men go through these issues of people accepting who their gender is, and you just gotta be honest with people. It's hard, it's uncomfortable, it can get your heart broken over and over again. But you much rather deal with that heartbreak than to have a bullet in your heart. Those are my thoughts and opinions. I'm not saying that Apple is right. Actually, I just said several times that Apple is wrong. So I hope y'all heard that while you hear everything else. And be honest with people. Talk to you later.